All right, we're live. So do not say anything that is going to incriminate yourself. Do not say anything that is going to do harm to other people. You are seeing a new face on this stream, arguably a better, more charming face, Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic. Nicole, where are you from? Like if you were Nicole from blah, blah, blah on a game show.
Well, are you supposed to say where you currently live for those? Or are you supposed
Hometown.
to say then Hillsborough, New Jersey?
We've got Nicole of Hillsborough, New Jersey, and Ty of actually not far away. What town were you? I guess Northampton, PA, right?
I am from Northampton, but I was born in Allentown.
You were born in Allentown.
Yeah.
I like that you know that about him. Like that your relationship includes that type of information.
I can tell you his mom's street address.
Yeah,
that's where we are right now. I can tell you his high school's. I can tell you his high school's nickname. It's the Concrete Kids with a K. Kind of uncomfortable.
2 Ks.
I actually love that, and it's very creative. And I was just the Panthers, which is boring in comparison. So
here's how this works. We're gonna get into personal stories like on Jeopardy after a few questions, but right now we're getting into the action. It's college football happy hour. We have 5 college football questions for each of you, and then 2 pop culture questions. But the pop culture questions tie back to college football.
Okay. So
you don't need to know college football, but you two happen to be very well versed in college football, and the questions will make sense once you hear them. Nicole is our guest, and Nicole has had the more dependable internet connection. So I am going to her first, unless she wants to defer to the second question.
Well, is there a coin toss, I guess is the question.
Well, and so the format is like, can you steal? Like how are we doing this?
Right now, stealing is just for pride. It's not worked into the scoring system because I have not thought it through enough.
The Matrix, right?
Also, Clanker says, hi, Nicole. Poncho Woof says, woof. Eric, what's up? Dustin, hello, hi, hey. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Here we go. First question to Nicole, who does not defer. And steals are just for pride to show up your opponent. Nicole, which 2018 all-conference quarterback and 2019 NFL third-round pick counts all 3 of his younger siblings as massive social media stars?
This would be Will Grier.
There it is. Look at that right there. We were just talking TikTok, and that just flowed into it really nicely.
They were Vine stars, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, and the youngest is crazy young. Yeah, I looked it up.
Will Grier is the least famous of his family.
Yes. Hayes, Nash, and I think this is right. It's Skylin. Floyd.
Fun fact, I wanted to do a story on this at one point.
Yeah.
And so I was following Nash and Hayes, and they would just tweet out stuff like, I love, or whatever. And it would get like 10,000 retweets. How do you
argue with that?
Amazing.
Ty, question to you. Did you know that answer, by the way, Ty?
I did, yeah.
At the height of his time at Texas A&M, Kevin Sumlin used a luxurious mode of transportation known affectionately as this to quickly see recruits and high school games in Texas.
What is the swag copter?
Didn't have to do it in the form of a question, but you did it anyway. Great job, Ty.
I believe doesn't he still technically have it?
I don't know if Arizona has that kind of.
They're not recruiting well, but I'm pretty sure that it might still exist.
Was this like the row the boat thing that took a while but eventually transferred over to Minnesota?
That's what I think.
I don't think you can call it swag though at Arizona. It's just competence copter, something at its best.
Maybe a little below that.
Next question, right. Nicole. We're tied up at 1 in 2019 after his offense clearly appeared to be atrocious. Pat Fitzgerald railed against online critics by saying, quote, I understand there are 40,000 experts on Twitter that can call plays for me. He then gave his nonsensical email address as what?
Hashtag I don't care.
It's so correct. It's so correct. It hurts. Ty, would you have known that?
And I don't know if it did not have an @ symbol, right? It didn't have the rest of the email, but I imagine it's Hotmail in my mind.
Hashtag I don't care is a very difficult email address.
I remember the exchange. I would not have remembered that reference. So.
I don't think I would have either.
No.
The swagcopter, according to Nicholas, still exists at the University of Arizona, and Mark argues competence would be an upswing at Arizona. Nice. We go to Ty. Ty, In 2006, when you were 35,
yeah,
in
way back when.
2006, this legendary championship-winning basketball coach kinda, sorta, didn't deny and entertain the idea of stories being floated about him switching jobs and coaching this major successful football program at his same school.
Can you repeat the start of the question?
I will paraphrase. It's a basketball coach.
Yeah.
A championship-winning basketball coach.
I think I know what this is.
The football job at his school opened up, and his name was floated, and he said, well, you never know, kinda, I don't know, someday, this isn't a pie in the sky. I'm kinda speechless.
Wow. My first thought was Tom Izzo, but you said it opened up.
I was going to say that.
2000. Okay, Tom Izzo.
Tom Izzo's correct.
Oh, all right.
I know it. It also sounded like something he would have said in recent months.
See, I get mixed up because 2006 doesn't feel like that long ago.
Shout out Chris Vanini. And also, he did say that he would be like a receivers coach for Steve Mariucci.
That's right.
Well, hey, fun fact here. I did a story on Tom Izzo around like 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And it became very apparent that his dream job is to be a football coach. Like
there are
dream
weird
job.
I've taken down the scroll because everybody knows Ty's dog is Fluffy right now. I think Chris Peterson on his way out said something like, I'd actually just kind of want to be a receivers coach. That's all I want to do. He just wants to help out with guys running routes.
Yeah. When Tom Izzo and Steve Mariucci would love to just coach football together. Dream job.
Okay. Question to Nicole. Which Power 5 coach famously changed his shirt at halftime in late 2015, perhaps the ultimate reason for his team's major second half comeback?
2015.
Late 2015, which Power 5 head coach famously changed his shirt that many point to that action as a reason his team completed a major, major comeback?
Okay. Man, this isn't as easy like in basketball where it would obviously be Sean Miller.
There's a lot of sweaty basketball coaches, a lot of sweaty football coaches.
But you just don't see it with football coaches.
That's true.
I'm trying to picture the sweatiest coaches I know.
This is actually a good way to talk it out because you're not wrong doing this.
Right. Like I'm envisioning. For some reason, I'm immediately drawn to the smock. I know it's not Matt Rule. But I'm picturing like part of the reason that he had the smock was because it was for sweat reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm picturing coach who would wear something like that. I'm gonna go Gary Patterson.
That's correct.
It's correct. That's a sweaty person.
Good answer.
That was in the Alamo Bowl, 31-0 deficit to America's team.
That's right.
See, I have a sense of humor. It doesn't hurt me as much as it used to.
Yep. I am proud of you for including that question.
That's a good logic thing that you did there, Nicole. I'm proud of you. 3 for 3, right? She's 3 for 3?
She's 3 for 3. And Ty, you are 2 for 2.
Yep.
Okay, so we're still tied up. Technically, you are on serve. Ty, in 2007, 40-point underdog Stanford came back to beat USC last second, buoyed by a 4th and 20 completion to this, I can tell you the name of the quarterback, and you can probably as well, to this future 3-time NFL All-Pro. It's on the game-winning drive, wasn't the game-winning play, but it was a 4th and 20 completion to this future 3-time NFL All-Pro. Looking for that 3-time NFL All-Pro who caught the 4th and 20 completion for Stanford in their 40-point underdog upset.
Repeat that question, please.
In 2007, 40-point underdog Stanford came back to beat USC last second, buoyed by a 4th and 20 completion to this future 3-time NFL All-Pro. Wow. Final game-winning drive.
Stanford 2007.
2007. This is Harbaugh, I think his first season.
I think that's right.
I mean, I guess the only one that comes to mind is Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck is a quarterback. I'm saying it's completed to this person.
So,
Right, but it could have been a trick play.
Could have been a trick play. I can tell you. Would you like the name of the quarterback if that helps?
Sure.
It's Tavita Pritchard is the quarterback.
Wow.
Who I believe is now Stanford quarterbacks coach, if not coordinator.
The only guy I can think of who is like all pro caliber that might have been that time frame.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz is a terrific guess. He came a little bit later, or a little earlier, excuse me.
A little bit earlier.
Or no, later. He was 2012. The receiver's name was Richard Sherman.
Oh,
Richard Sherman, Stanford receiver.
That is a good trivia question.
I know. That's tough.
Okay.
That's why it was smart of you to think about a quarterback because he was trying to trick you.
I was just
trying to think of quarterbacks.
I said three-time NFL All-Pro. I did not say All-Pro receiver.
You didn't say All-Pro. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good
so,
question.
but you know what? We could have a
Good
break
question.
here with Nicole. We'll see. So Nicole leads 3-2 with a chance to go up and secure the break point. Nicole, Gronk famously attended Arizona, but 3 of his brothers also played Power 5 level football. Name one of the schools that Dan, Glenn, or Chris Gronkowski attended.
Good question. I know one of them.
Wait, I know in my brain somewhere where Chris went.
Dan, Glenn, or Chris, name one of their schools.
How many guesses
Power
do I get?
5.
Do I get multiple guesses?
Nope, you get one guess, and I wouldn't waste it.
I can picture Chris's name on a roster list. And I cannot remember where he went. Can I get a hometown of where the family's from?
I believe they're from Rochester, Ty. Do you know? Somewhere in New York.
Near, I want to say Buffalo rings a bell.
Somewhere in that western, northern, whatever, New York.
Okay, well, I can't think of it, so I'm going to go take an educated guess about the family, and I'm going to say West Virginia.
No, it's not West Virginia. We would have gone with also Arizona, Kansas State, or Maryland.
Was it Glenn? I think Glenn went to K-State.
I think Glenn went to K-State. Yeah. Dan went to Arizona. And the third, Chris, went to Maryland. So that's a good guess.
But I picture the Gronkowskis in Morgantown.
I mean, that's not wrong. They've probably eaten at Tudor's Biscuit World. Ty, a chance to get back in the game here. I believe in you. Yeah. Ty, this 5'9", 190-pound running back had a totally good career for Air Force from 2015 to 2017. Listen, all while carrying the terrible luck of sharing a name with a notable terrorist. Air Force running back, totally good, had the terrible, terrible luck of sharing a name. His full name.
I got it. Timothy McVeigh.
That's correct. That is 100% correct, Ty.
He just went by Tim, if I remember correctly.
I think he
just Tim McVeigh.
Smartly and should have had a middle name that he went by. My opinion only. He should have just been Gary McVeigh.
How in the world did you come up with that question?
You know what I was doing? I was going through ESPN's college football standings and just thinking about weird stuff I know, looking through team names. That's all it was.
Wow.
You know some very weird things.
I know.
Extraordinarily dumb.
Well, first of all,
what a question.
It's not just me who knows weird things, because clearly I had that somewhere.
I think it was in the news this week. It was an anniversary.
It was an anniversary. That actually probably was implanted.
That probably is what brought it out of your brain.
Okay, here we go. So we now go, it's 3-all. And before we get to, because you each have missed on one, right? Am I doing my math correctly?
Yep.
Before we get to each of your final college football questions, we're now going to pop culture. Okay. Nicole, The Social Network features a scene between Justin Timberlake and Dakota Johnson in a sort of awkward morning after one night stand at this Power 5 school. Awkward morning after between Justin Timberlake and Dakota Johnson. This
in
is
the
actually
Social Network, the movie.
in the movie The Social
They're
Network.
in that movie.
Justin Timberlake plays Sean
movie.
Parker, co-founder of Napster, and he actually discovers the Facebook, as it was called then, at this Power 5 school after a one-night stand with Dakota Johnson's character.
Stanford.
Stanford's correct. Yes. Stanford is 100% correct. Ty, did you know that?
It was like Stanford or Cal. I couldn't figure it out.
I was torn between the two, Nicole.
Smart.
Yeah. I probably
I only saw that movie one time and was like, that's not what I took away from it, that they were in there.
That's one of Dan's favorite.
It's so good. It's one of my like all-timers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dan could quote that movie. So I probably would have went, I would have guessed the same just because I remember, I know Stanford was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably would have
I knew the Bay Area. I mean, outside of Harvard, I knew that it was Bay Area stuff, but I did not.
I think the house was in Palo Alto as well. Ty.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt attended which SEC East championship school?
Oh, I know this.
Brad Pitt attended.
I want to steal it. I want to steal it when he gets it wrong.
SEC East championship school. I believe he's a few credits short of graduating, but I actually did hear this on a podcast. He was on WTF with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow.
And mentioned this.
I'm stealing for pride.
Okay. So as I'm thinking through I actually don't know this. Oh, wow. I suppose you could. I'm going to say Georgia.
Nicole, chance to steal.
Mizzou, but he does not count as part of the Mizzou Mafia according to those in it because he did not take enough classes.
He didn't graduate. He does not have the certificate.
But I think he did take I think he was in the J school.
Damn.
Oh.
But he does not count.
And drove to Hollywood when he was an aspiring actor from the Ozarks, wherever he grew up.
Don't worry, Ty. It was just for pride.
It was
just for pride.
Okay.
But I'm very proud of
But now you're one up. You're one up on me.
Nicole, your second pop and final pop culture question. Sharing a first name, this is such a mouthful, I love it. Sharing a first name with a defensive coordinator with ties to Wyoming, Kansas State, and Michigan State. This is the lead character's name in Eurotrip, who famously, per a pop punk song in the movie, doesn't know.
Is it just Scotty?
It is just Scotty. Ty, would you have known this?
Yes.
Do you know the name of the defensive coordinator?
We said Wyoming, Michigan State, and
Kansas State.
The Scotty that I'm thinking of is Scotty Montgomery, which does not have ties. Right.
Scotty Hazelton, big beard.
Okay.
I think was Wyoming and may have gone to Wyoming with Craig Bull from North Dakota State, but I could be making that up.
Wow.
Michigan State and Mel Tucker paid him a lot of coin because he was only at K-State for a year.
Okay.
All right. Do you know the name, Ty, of the band who performed with Matt Damon in Eurotrip? Scotty doesn't know.
I was just going to say I know Matt Damon was the lead singer. No, I don't.
Lustra.
How do you did you know that beforehand?
I did. He
definitely knew that. He definitely knew that. Yeah.
Ty,
wow. Okay.
So Nicole has both of her pop culture questions. Ty, you have to get this to stay tied with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, you missed the Brad Pitt one.
I missed the Brad Pitt one.
Oh,
you need this one
in the
to
game.
hang around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty, Cliff Kingsbury lookalike Ryan Gosling is married to this notable actress. She's famous. She's notable. Been in a lot of big movies with a lot of big stars. Above the marquee. Name above the marquee.
I think I know who this is.
Can you see her? Are you seeing her face?
She's older than him. I know that.
Yeah, maybe.
So. Yeah,
She's not very young.
Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes is correct.
I know it's kind of a weird pairing. I still just like imagine him and Rachel McAdams just like together forever.
If you look at her IMDb,
we're back, baby. We're back.
There's a lot. Hitch, Too Fast, Too Furious. There's a lot in there.
Hitch is like the only one I really think of her from, but
okay, a classic hit. Okay,
all right, we're back.
So the score right now, I've totally lost track of.
I'm up by 1.
I think Nicole's up by 1, right? Ty?
She's up by 1.
Heading into the final round.
Okay, here we go. Somebody from New York is calling me. I'm not picking up. I'll add, just so people can know that you guys each have adorable dogs. We're doing the scroll. Is down there again.
By the way, Dan, tomorrow is Beira's first birthday. So when you are on with the guests that we have booked, I don't know if that's public or not. Yeah, I will be bringing her on.
Oh, good.
Let's see if I can teach her to ask a question, which would be a real feat. But we're going to try.
Appreciate that.
We're going to try.
Does she have a present?
My wife ordered a bunch of stuff from Amazon that was delivered to a neighbor, and the neighbor kindly brought it over yesterday. So yes, the answer is yes. Final answer.
Here we go to Nicole.
Okay.
Final college football question. While Greg Paulus is the most recent example of a Syracuse quarterback with a college basketball experience, this Syracuse quarterback actually did both for the Orange a few years earlier.
Donovan McNabb?
That's correct. Donovan McNabb.
You're going to ask her a basketball question?
That was also a football question.
A football question?
So Donovan McNabb played basketball for Syracuse as a walk-on for 2 years in the mid to late 90s. Nicole, when did you first start covering college basketball?
2011.
That's well after Donovan McNabb's time.
Yes. And Ty, I grew up in a pro sports area. I did not pay attention to college sports. Right. I knew Donovan McNabb as an Eagle.
We are friends.
Notable Washington.
We are friends.
I'm not happy about it. But
This gets heated.
It's heated. It's fine.
It's just for pride, I think, at this point, Ty. But you're a proud guy. Ty, which mustachioed whack football coach, that would be WAC, not WHACK, whack football coach, let it be known that his team would play anyone, anywhere, anytime?
Wow. Anyone, anywhere, anytime, anyone, anywhere, anytime.
The WAC, I can tell you, stands for Western Athletic Conference.
Western Athletic Conference.
And it held true, by the way. His team did play anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Wow.
Mustache. And you know what? I'll even describe his mustache for you, if it helps. It's sort of handlebar. He really there's
handlebar goes up, not down, right?
Not handlebar. It's a Fu Manchu.
I remember I want to say it's Fresno State.
Okay, you want to say that, but I'm looking for a name of a coach.
This is all for pride, so he could get a half point if that's correct.
Okay, it is correct.
As an aside, the Fresno State Bulldog is one of the dogs that was on the Zoom call that I got to write about.
Oh, what's the name of the Fresno State Bulldog?
Victor.
Oh, good name. Misleading at times was it Fresno State's recent?
Pat Hill?
Pat Hill's correct, Ty. Ooh. Pat Hill. I was going to give you a hint of his name is a verb and a noun.
Yeah.
That probably wouldn't have helped tremendously.
I kept trying to think of, for whatever reason, I was like stuck on Jeff Tedford. And
right.
It's not Jeff Tedford.
No.
So, okay.
So you ended up getting 5 of 7 and Nicole 6 of 7. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
That sounds right. Okay. I thought I had a great time.
I had the best time because I won.
I love learning what people know. I definitely would not have gotten #I don't care. 100% would not have gotten it.
It was like one of the most prominent quotes of the season. I used that quote repeatedly.
I tried to block out everything that Northwestern tried to do in 2019.
Fair.
But I thought that was wonderful. You guys acquitted yourself really well, both of yourselves. Tomorrow is Chip Hatterson from CBS Sports. Friday is Brandon Huffman I don't know what, maybe it'll be more of an ACC slant, but Chip covers national stuff. Maybe West Coast slant on Friday. Nicole can be counted on for Euro trip, for stealing Mizzou. So
that was the one I knew most confidently. Because
I appreciate that.
It has been a point of contention with the Mizzou Mafia, and unfortunately, I know too many of them.
Follow Nicole at Nicole Auerbach. Look for her on Instagram. Read her on The Athletic. I did read a book today that incorrectly called The Athletic The Atlantic, which was not the first time that it's happened. And everybody, just give virtual applause. Say thank you, Nicole, in the comments.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
She put on makeup for us.
I did.
Ty's hair is out of control.
Yeah, I had to wear the hat. I'm like Harry Styles level at this point. It's all over the place. Yeah, it's bad.
We'll see you tomorrow, as we will most weekdays, if not all weekdays moving forward. I'll say all right now. I'll make big promises. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you around.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.